Hello friends, in this video we will talks about self-improvement book, 7 Habit Highly Affect People. Written by Stephen Covey. So let's begin. Habit number 1: be proactive. There are 2 types of people. One is reactive. Second one is proactive. There is a lot of difference in being reactive and proactive. Reactive people blame others for everything, like this. Their country is not progressing because the government is not good. He is not progressing because his boss is not good. He is not happy because people are not good. And, if nothing is found, he starts blaming his luck. They feel that it is not in their hands to control things. Everything is a game of luck. The whole problem is coming from outside. But this thinking is his biggest problem in actuality. He uses such sentence like, I can't do anything. I can't do anything. What to do? I am like this since childhood. His make me very angry.
Whereas proactive people handle their own feeling rather than giving control to others. He takes upon himself the responsibility of each of his actions. Instead of blaming the situation and luck, he thinks about how he can better the situation and correct it by taking action. Always focus on the things that you can change, not what you can't change. Habit number 2, begin with the end in mind. This habit is a law simulator in my video of the 48 Law of Power, which I always told to take steps remembering the end goal. Imaging for now. You have gone to the funeral, but it is very different from the rest of the funeral. Now you see because you know that you have a body in the shroud and it is your own funeral. Now you see because you know that you have a body in the shroud and it is your own funeral. What would you like to say for yourself at that time? It is a very impactful question. Are you doing all that you would like to speak when you see yourself? Example, if you want, you could say that yes, I was a very good friend. So are you behaving like a very good friend right now? If you want to be remembered like a person who has achieved a lot in life and helped everyone a lot, are you doing something that you can say surely, I want? Ask yourself what are the things that you have to achieve before you die, both personally and professionally, and then start working for it as soon as possible. Habit number 3: put first things first. How many times we catch ourselves scrolling our Facebook feeds, watching YouTube videos or TV when we have a lot of other important things need to be finished. This is one of the most common habit which wastes so much of our time and holds us back from going above the average. It is simple yet really hard to develop this habit. But in order to manage ourselves effectively, we must put first things first. We must prioritize our day-to-day action based on what is the most important and not what is the most urgent. All the habits in this book are related to each other. So when you decide your end goals properly, then work to complete that goals. You must put things which will help you to complete your main goal. Habit number 4, think win. Suppose you think of starting your own business. You make a plan thinking all about your profits, growth, and create a product which is not that helpful to your customers, but still with your great marketing team and persuasion skills, you sell it to a lot of people and start making profits. Now, do you think you will really make it big by doing this, and get long-term results? Of course, you won't, because by doing this you're creating a win-lose situation. In order to make it big, you should always think of a win-win outcome for everyone. You should think more about adding values and benefits that you can bring to your customers. Doing this will automatically make your profits and, hence, yourself a big. I see a lot of people having mentality that in order for them to win, someone else has to lose, which is called the scarcity mentality. In other words, which means if you get rid, I won't, but in reality there is plenty out here for everyone. We just need to develop the mentality, which is called the abundance mentality, and always try to create win-win outcome in any situation, business or agreement for the best results. Habit number 5, seek first to understand then to be understood. Let's see you go to an optometrist and tell him that you have been in trouble. seeing clearly. So he takes off his glasses, hands them to you and says, "You should try these, they have been working for me for years." So you put them on, but it only makes the problem worse. Now, what are the chances you would go back to that optometrist? Yet in our everyday interactions with others, we do the same thing. We prescribe a solution before we diagnose the problem clearly. We start criticizing people without understanding the feelings. We focus on what the people said and react thinking, "How can he say that?" when our main question should be, "Why did he said like that? And what was the real feelings behind it?" So before you can offer advice, suggest solutions, or effectively interact with another person in any way, you must seek to deeply understand them and their perspective. Through empathetic listening, you should not listen with the intent to reply why, but rather understand. The most important point is that the person should feel you understood. When you will start doing this, people will also start understanding you. Habit number 6: synergy. If you put two plants close together, their roots will commingle and improve the quality of the soil so that both plants will grow better than they would have on their own. Principle of synergy encourages us to team up with people rather than fighting or trying to take each other down. Example: there was a tree with apples on it. Two men were trying to pick apples from it, but they were too short to reach them. So one man got about the second and picked all the apples. This was the use of synergy. Like this example, if we synergize with people, we can obtain better results, increase our capabilities tremendously, and have much better chances in reaching our goals. Habit number 7: sharpen the saw. Once, a man was trying to cut down a tree, but even after putting a lot of effort, he was not able to complete his task. There was a lumberjack who was watching him, and after understanding his struggle, he came to him and gave him an advice that he should first sharpen the saw, as he saw was not sharp enough to cut down the tree. After listening this, the man replied, "But that will take time." Now you might find the replaced stupid, but we are also somewhat like this. Man, only we can't take out 30 minutes from a day to exercise so that we can have a good health. We can't read a book for 15 minutes to improve our knowledge, and then we shamelessly complain that's why we have such kind of a life. Habit number 7 is focused on improving ourselves or taking time to sharpen the saw. One of the best things you can do with your time is to spend it on improvising yourself. Seriously, to be effective, we must devote our time on improving ourselves physically, spiritually, mentally and socially, which will help us to practice the remaining 6 habits as it surrounds all the other habits, and make each one possible by preserving and enhancing the greatest asset we have, that is ourself.